We should be live. All right, we should be live. Check your thing, Rob. Let's see. Let me see.
Okay.
All right, let me check this one. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we live. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good evening, everybody. You're welcome to Unscripted with your boy Charles Dixon, and I'm sitting here with my comrade, Mr. Robert Lee. You know the other fellas, man.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
Yeah, we waiting on Mr. Bruce. He's going to join the party as soon as he gets himself available, and Mr. Neal had a last minute administrative thing to handle, so he told y'all to give him a pass and a rain check, and he's going to make that up in a day or so. So, but me and Mr. Robert Lee is going to hold it down in the meantime. Today's episode is questions. We got a few questions we're going to throw out there, and we're just going to run through them with y'all in mind. And y'all just, if you want us to pause and add your 2 cents into it, let us know. But we're going to go ahead on and start with this one. All right. Really quick, y'all. Basically, here's question number 1. The young lady sent this question, and I'll give you a little bit of the dialogue that she added to it. She says, is it wrong if the person who tells you good night every night is not your boyfriend, especially if it's unsolicited? Then she says, hold on a second. Then she says her issue is, I've been in a relationship where the communication has been really off. I've asked if he would say goodnight since he goes to bed first and gets up early for work, and he doesn't feel it's necessary. She says, I stay up. She said, I stay up, and people, my guy, will inbox me and we will talk, and it has become a regular thing. He also has female friends, but I don't know the extent of those relationships, and I'm afraid to ask because of our communication barriers. Then she says, like he added me to his Facebook page and recently posted pics. One included a pic of him and I together. And when I looked to see who liked the group of photos, his longtime ex was in it. I didn't know she was in the private family group. I feel a certain way about it, but I feel like he has a lot of these things that I keep questioning, and I'm coming across now as crazy for asking. So, Mr. Lee, it seems like to me there's some ambiguity going on with clarity in the relationship. There's some kind of clarity, because it starts off like she's saying, I mean, if you and me just dudes listening, first of all, when you hear someone say, hey, is it wrong for someone to basically say another man telling me good night because my guy won't? You know, again, it sounds like she said the guy is working. Her guy is working. So, you know, maybe he turns in a little early, and, you know, I mean, okay, maybe he could say I'm turning in, I'm good. But then at the same time, is it wrong if he's going to bed earlier for him to not say anything? You know, is it a crime? You know, what do you think, Mr. Lee?
Right. Well, let me say this to the sister. Let's stop playing games here. You said unsolicited,
right?
Baby, if it's unsolicited,
yeah,
you know, that means that you don't want it. That means that you don't like somebody saying good night to you and you in a relationship. Wow. Very easy. You can block it, or you can block the good night. Yeah. Stop trying to get justification.
Yeah.
You and your man that you in a relationship with, y'all got communication issues. Let's sit down and see if we can talk about what our real issue is. But what you have chosen to do is go out there and see what kind of options you got.
Ooh.
That's what you do. Because see, the reality is you ain't messed up about nobody saying goodnight to you. Matter of fact, it makes you wet when you get the call.
Ooh.
That's what happened. Because see, you staying up all night waiting on this call. This good night call that you don't want. you get it every night, but you know you getting it every night, and it's supposedly it don't bother you, baby, stop playing them games.
Wow.
If you're not happy in the relationship that you're in, you need to sit down with your man and have a conversation about what's really going on. Because saying good night to you in the middle of the night, okay, baby, I can say good night to you, but that ain't a big issue. And people need to stop pretending like good morning and good night is a big issue.
Yeah,
stop playing them games. Well, I want you to say a good morning text to me. Baby understands that ain't got nothing to do with this.
Right.
What it is, baby, you need to decide. Are you ready to exit your relationship? Because baby, you don't have to get your boys lined up. Just go ahead and exit the relationship if you're not happy in it. If you want to work on it, have a conversation with your man. But all of this trying to justify a good night message and all this whole mess. And I forgot the last part of it because you was kind of distorted.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. She goes down, and at the last part, she says, she talked about how, let's see. She says he also has female friends, but I don't know the extent of those relationships. And I'm afraid to ask because of our communication barriers. She says, like he added me to his family Facebook page and recently posted 15 pictures and one included a pic of him and I. And when I looked to see who liked the group of photos, his longtime ex was in it. I didn't know she was in the private family group. I feel a certain way about it, but I feel like he has a lot of these little things that I keep questioning, and it's coming across now like I'm the crazy one. All right, so here's the thing. Now, as I listen to this more, I mean, I feel just by looking at it, there's a possibility that the good night, and you, like you said, the good night and the good morning stuff doesn't really make and break the relationship. You understand what I'm saying? But I feel like the reason that is being embellished the way it is because she has some insecurities because she's not 100% sure about where he is, like mentally, where he is in the relationship. Because, you know, she's looking at the photos and she see the ex person involved in the family pics. And then she says she feels like he has a whole lot. Basically, there's a lot of potholes in the relationship story as it pertains to him. There's some questions in her mind. So she's not sure. And so what we do, which is not a good characteristic that we do, is sometimes when it comes to that particular lack in our relationship, if you think about it, is it really that much of a big deal? If we think about it on a small scale, that if the guy, if you know he's home, if you trust him, and if he's going to bed early, is it a big deal that he does not honor your requests? So much so that you have to now subliminally allow someone else who may be in the inbox checking you out, chasing for you, to kind of be that silent night sleeper person to kind of say, yeah, somebody is listening to me and validating my requests. He may not be doing it, but this other dude over here doing it. And which goes back to your statement about playing games. Like, just be straight. What is it that you're really trying to do here? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that second part, like I said, with the second part about, now that second part is the man she with, or is this the good night dude?
Sound like
that she was put in the
man she's with. Because if my thing is, none of that should matter if the good night dude is unsolicited. If he's unsolicited, if the good nights are unsolicited, none of that other stuff about his personal life and other female friends don't matter. So I'm assuming this is the main guy. I'm assuming that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you said you was in the photos, and I'm gonna start with the first one about an ex in the photo.
Yeah.
His longtime ex. Well, look, some of us can end a relationship with somebody, and we can be friends with our ex, and nothing is going on. You know, I might not even call that ex on the phone, but we using social media.
Right.
I can have my exes on my page. That don't mean there's something going on with that.
Right.
Then when you see other women and this, that, another, one of the things we're going to have to get over, we're going to have to learn how to get control of, is our insecurities. Because see, a lot of times a picture that you make up in your mind that you create ruins your relationship. All that other stuff about, well, you just making me feel this way. Now it's something that you're creating up here. Right. That's causing an issue in your relationship. Right. Stop all the BS. sit down and have a conversation about what's going on in y'all relationship instead of playing these little high school games where I got this dude in my inbox make me feel special because he said goodnight. Since you got these girls over here on your page, people liking our pictures, people liking that picture that you had, all that old mess.
Yeah.
Sit down and let's do what grown folks do. If we got a problem, let's sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Instead of all these little all these
the innuendos.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. We need to stop all this insecurity. Really, what's happening? She's about to mess up her relationship by getting her options in line. Ooh. And probably the reason why what you see on his social media page is something that you make it up in your mind. Baby, if you ready to go, go.
Wow.
Don't stay.
Wow.
Don't stay.
Wow.
Get up and go. If you're uncomfortable in this relationship, you don't feel like you being fed properly in this relationship, you're not being loved properly in this relationship like you should, pack your bags up and roll.
That's it.
Stop trying to weigh the person out. Go ahead, y'all.
Man, that was a perfect answer. Look, that was the perfect segue into question number 2.
Okay.
Another person. They're saying, is what you do, wait a minute, is what you don't do, like meaning they're talking subliminally to the person, is what you don't do reason enough for me to do what I want to do because you won't? I'm gonna say it one more time for them.
Okay.
Yeah, is what you don't do reason enough for me to do what I want to do because you won't?
Okay, we know where that comes from, Charles. You know, what one woman would do, what one dude won't do, the other one will do. Yeah. Now, like I said, I don't know what you asking me that, that's just wide open.
Yeah.
It could be anything. But the main reason why we talk about that is because you're not being satisfied at home. Right. Well, baby, if you can go outside, or brother, you can go outside on the town and get your satisfaction, ain't no need you coming back home.
Right.
Let's go. I mean, don't threaten me with what one dude won't do another dude. Go find that dude.
Right.
Go let him do you, baby. I mean, go do you. Some of us, man, we so people always at me seem like I'm a cold. I'm not a cold. I'm too old.
Yeah.
I'm up in age now. You know what I'm saying? I'm going in my 50s, dude. I ain't got time to, baby, you threaten me with another dude, what he'll do. Go let him do that.
Right.
Just bye, gone. Because people got to understand in relationships, there's going to be no and there's going to be yes.
Right.
And some of us men and some of us women got to learn how to accept no coming from somebody that you may care about, you may actually love.
Right.
Learn how to suck it up. Okay, I ain't finna do what you asked me to do.
Right.
Because I don't feel like it's going to be beneficial to us, not to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But what about growth and evolution? Go somewhere and sit down with that. Y'all running growth and evolution into the ground. Right. They're in a relationship. There's going to be yes and there's going to be no. Learn how to handle it.
Period.
Get some emotional intelligence. Y'all too emotional too much now.
But you know what, Rob? This brings us back to what you said when we were talking in the lobby, when we were talking about that area of dismissiveness. That's a part of that. People are pretty much like, I mean, right now it is like, we are like operating up to the very moment. It's like if a person is not doing something, forget reasoning about it, forget talking about it. It is like they're going to look in that book of options and say, well, if you're not going to do it, this person over here will. So I'm not going to waste a lot of time talking. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to go over here and do it. And that's the kind of era, that's the era we in now. People are just straight cutting to the point, and they'll leave you sitting right on over there, go do what they think. And then here's the trip part about it, though. They want to be dismissive and go off, but not leave. Like they want to be dismissive.
Right.
Go do the deed, but not leave. It don't work like that. When you
and I tell people, I even respect it. If you leave, I respect you more.
Yeah.
Because at least I know, okay, I wasn't doing what you said you wanted me to do. You dismissed me. You went on to the next dude. You didn't stay in no relationship. You ain't coming back over here trying to knock on my door. You're not trying to come back over here and get back up under me. Right. You didn't like what I was doing. At least you left. But the problem today is a lot of people don't do that. No. They'll go out here. They'll go do what they want to do, but they want to hang on to you. Correct. And then when they do what they want to do, they want to try to explain to you, and well, you should accept it because you didn't do this and
you didn't do this. You didn't. Yeah, you wasn't doing this. Yeah.
Yeah, you want me to accept it and swallow it. Okay, baby, I understand that I didn't love you right, and you went out there and got some loving on the town. Come on back home. No, we ain't finna do that. Right. Grown folks have conversation. And if we ain't happy with each other, we leave each other alone and we move on down this road. Man. A lot of people talking about they in love. It's hard to do because I'm in love. No, you in lust. You ain't in love with nobody. Because if you was in love, you wouldn't even took that action. Right. That action wouldn't even been took. So really what a lot of us is in heavy like and we in heavy lust. Right. We're not really loving anybody because if you love somebody, you have conversations. Yeah. And some of those conversations are going to be hurtful. Yeah. Sometimes I'm going to talk to my woman and the conversation, what I'm trying to explain to her is going to be hurtful. Yeah. Not on purpose because it's the truth. True. And truth. This is where we at. Right. And sometimes we got to learn that. We got to stop looking for the loving lie. Right. Don't lie to me. If I ain't the dude for you, let me know. But don't threaten me with another dude because like I said, I'm making a joke about it. Baby, you sexy, you fine, got her. I'm a sex ass dude. Baby, I ain't finna miss out on nothing. Bye. The next one, it's another bus coming. Right. You put me off the bus, I stand at the bus stop. There's another bus coming. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? So we need to stop playing those games with each other. If you won't do it, another dude to do it or another woman to do it. Okay, go on. just leave.
Here's the thing. And then we will, not only will we threaten and say that, but 9 times out of 10, the other person that will do that thing that you're talking about that you won't do is really giving you the 20. You're giving them the 80. But the person on the side is just, well, I got 20 worth of this. If you worth coming up here for a couple of hours for it, it can stop, it can give you a little bit what you're looking for. And the reason, so that person says, well, you know what? Because I'm mad and because Robert is not listening to me, I'll go entertain the 20 minutes. I mean, the 20 over here, even though I know where this is not going to go. But for the sake of Robert not doing what he's supposed to be doing and not validating me and my gripes and my complaints, I'll go over here and give the 20% guy what he needs while I hold on to Robert. That's the logic today. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the logic.
And here's another thing people need to understand too. When you go look for that other 20%, here's the problem. Y'all not that just going over there like you brand new. You going over there to that man or to that woman explaining what your man or woman ain't doing at home. They're going to give you the 20%. But do you think they really respect you? Ladies, do you think that dude that's in you, that's supposed to be giving you your 20%, he listened to what you said. If you'll do that to him, you're going to do it to me. So I'm just going to give you 20%, baby. Right. You ain't finna get no 80. Right. This is all you finna get. But then you get frustrated and mad. I explained to you what he did to me, and it's looked like you doing the same. Yeah, baby, I'm going to do the same thing to him do. I'm going to get what I can from you, and I'm finna dismiss you. Why? Because I can't trust you. Because if you're doing it to him, you're going to do it to me. It's the same way for ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's just keeping it real.
Here's the biggest deception of that, though. When before the 20% is discovered, if you just in the bed and you are the person that's kind of fielding the problems of the person looking for the outlet, right? When somebody's looking for an outlet, you're like, oh, really? Mm-hmm. What? That dude bogus. You mean to tell me he did what? And then if you take that on top of sleeping with the person, it looks like 80% when really it's 20, 15 at best. But when you add those two together, it becomes foggy, and it now seems like, oh, okay, you know what? He's a viable option after all. Until she realizes that, like most men are going to do, like Robert said, if a man knows that you are coming from somewhere else, complaining or you got an issue, or my needs not being met, trust and believe he knows you are going to do the same thing to him. Any man, you can lie to him if you want to. All men know if you're going to come over here, if you coming over here saying, you know, Bruce, I'm so mad at Bruce because he ain't taking care of his business. Well, guess what? If you're going to do Bruce like this, you know I'm not foolish enough to believe when it gets to the rubber meets the road, you're going to do the same thing to me. And so that's when the man says, look, all I got on this is 20. I ain't got 80. Like Robert got 80. He in love with you, but I only got 20 because you're not about to have me out there. So I'm just going to give you this 20 and below, and you work with that. That's pretty much what it is.
That's it. That's it. What's going on, Bruce?
What's up, brothers? I've been listening, man. Robert, you on it, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Bruce, jump on in there and get what we were talking about was when, you know, people are saying basically in so many words, if you're not giving me what I need, am I within my rights to get what I want? Because you don't, because you won't. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where we are today with that, you know, that kind of mindset. Yeah.
You know, that eliminates the fact that you want the person.
Yeah.
You don't want the person, you just want the thing done.
Yeah.
You want the object done, or whatever the case may be.
Right.
When Robert was talking, I was thinking that there's a term called witchcraft.
Mm.
And it's a hocus pocus type of term.
Right.
And it manifests itself by intimidating someone, manipulating someone for the purpose of dominating them.
Yeah.
So it seems like these questions are witchcraft questions.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna manipulate you into getting what I want.
Wow. Wow.
Ultimately, all I want is control.
Yeah.
I want what I want, and I'm gonna make sure by my means and methods of controlling everything that I'm gonna get what I want.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
Wow.
Like Robert said, man, we gotta, you know, in these days and times, man, we gotta stop playing these games.
Yeah.
Sit down and have a conversation.
Right.
If you are with a person that you can't sit down and have a conversation with that is open, raw, and honest, I am under the persuasion that you are not in that relationship for the purposes of a relationship.
Yeah.
You are in it to operate in witchcraft.
Good, nice.
You are in it to get exactly what you want to get out of that body.
Yeah, that's fire.
Because the questions in which you are asking is letting us know that you are seeking it out of any body.
Yeah.
But you just currently are trying to control it and get it out of that body that you are currently calling your man.
Yeah. Wow.
Pause.
Wow. Man.
That's it.
That's
hit it dead on head. Manipulation.
Yeah. The witchcraft thing was a whole nother angle, and that's just real talk. It's just like, man, really. And that's in a nutshell. People have replaced faith. And when I say faith, I don't mean necessarily in the spiritual sense. I'm saying in the sense of belief in the outcome of the relationship being positive. We have traded that out for control. It's like, forget belief. I need for you to fall under my spell enough so that I can be the puppet master and get my needs from you that way. Because I don't want to believe that you're going to give them to me willfully. I need to control your mind and person to get all the things from you, get all things I need from you. And that's how we're operating today, in a very dysfunctional way. A lot of people are doing things out of forced habit, out of expectation, because you don't want to hear the person's mouth. Very few people are willfully giving you love gestures. People are doing something because you done complained, you done typed it on Facebook, you done put up smoke signals. What you won't say good morning to me, another man will. You know, all those things we take to the street and do all our complaints, as opposed to just saying, listen, is this relationship something you can freely move around in, or do you feel as though there is some tension and pressure to quote unquote to meet a quota or to please me? Because you want your person to love you freely. You don't want anyone to feel like they are punching the clock to deal with you 9 to 5 to get you off their back and then going about their way. You don't want that kind of relationship. Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question before you go on. So,
okay,
this is for you and Robert. This is something I've just been quietly meditating on in the back of my mind for weeks.
Okay.
Do you brothers believe that a woman only really falls in love one time? And once that love is broken or shattered, destroyed, or just fails, depending upon that level, broken, shattered, destroyed, or just fails, does that reflect on her ability to really be open again?
Wow.
Not going through the motions, brothers.
Yeah.
You know, and making it look like love.
Yeah.
But is their soul really able to, I'm on that soul ties hard, Sean.
I get it. Man.
Are they really able, Robert? Are they really able to be open?
You know, Bruce, let me tell both of you all something that I know you all can say, hey, yep, I heard that before. How many times have you been around a female or her friends in a platonic nature and you heard them talking about relationships and somebody may say, well, girl, who you dating now? I'm dating Robert. Well, who was Robert? I met this guy, I met he in Memphis, so she going through the motions. And then the girlfriend will say, you'll be sitting right there, Bruce. And then one of the girlfriends will say, girl, don't say nothing because as soon as Bruce call her, she gonna run right to Maryland. There's always that person that makes you think women will trump any and everybody else for because of that memory or that particular person can mess up her whole program. So that comes back to your point of saying, are women really just giving themselves one good go to one person and the rest of their lives trying to emulate that feeling through other men? Or, are they really being open? And that's, that's a good, what you think?
For me, I think a lot of it is, I would say there is a group that's not being open.
Right.
That's that group that got that shoe hanging over the top of your head. They've been in love. To be honest with you, they not vocal with it, but they don't really believe in love. They don't have that faith anymore in love because of this person here in the past.
Right.
Now they can get with somebody and they can give them a measure of affection.
Right.
They can give them a measure of attention.
Wow.
But when we start talking about love, in actuality, no, they not loving them. They just, like I said, they having a moment. That's why it's extremely hard for a lot of people. When we say heal from a past relationship, you must really do that. Like Bruce was talking about, those soul ties. Just like you said, Charles, there's that one dude. Some of these women are sitting up here waiting on that phone call from that one dude.
Absolutely.
They sit up here waiting on that apology.
Right.
They've been waiting on this apology for 3, 5, 7, and almost 10 years. That's why you hear women say, they said celibate, but that's not the proper term. But the proper term, they have been abstaining from sex for 10 years. Why? Because they ain't got that phone call from that dude.
Wow.
And they don't want to admit that. They don't want to admit that because, see, I don't forgot about him. I'm through with him. But Charles brought it right to the thing. You can be sitting up there as a man, listen to these women talk. Well, he ain't nothing like Bruce. You remember when you was back with Bruce and here it is 2010. Remember when you and Bruce 10 years ago. Yeah. And you can see the woman's facial expression, not anger, but sadness come over the face.
Whole countenance.
Yeah, the sadness come over the face because Bruce ain't apologized.
Right.
Bruce really ain't told me he was wrong for what he did. But again, the Bruce squad. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what's so weird about that? You said something now. Now that takes me to think it's an excuse because Bruce didn't apologize. It's an excuse to remain locked up with Bruce, to remain in Bruce's prison, even though you're not in his presence. You are in one of his state facilities out wherever you are, but you're still a prisoner of Bruce. Knowing, listen, I always say, knowing that the gate is not even locked. You can slide them doors back and walk out, But because you want to hold Bruce to that, and you want to hold that over his head, and you sit there and you be like in your own little prison, your friends want to take you out. Girl, it's some nice looking men out here. Yeah, I ain't got time for these guys. They fake. But if Bruce call, you're gonna walk outside, phone, get in your car. I don't know why you playing games with me, Bruce. Why won't you just let? How many times have you heard this, guys? Why won't you just let me go?
Right.
Yeah, why don't you just
But Bruce doesn't let you go.
Right.
Why don't you let me go? I done let you go, baby.
Right.
I done had 2-3 women after you. I done went into another relationship. Hell, I'm married.
Right. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Hell, I'm married. You still talking about won't you let me go? No, baby, let me go.
Right.
Let me go.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's a reality. It's not saying that I don't care, but like I said, a lot of times we just have to accept the fact. Ladies have to learn. Look, you have to heal from these past relationships. Yeah. And if you really have been hurt by a dude, you don't need to be on the dating scene.
Wow.
A lot of these ladies should not be out here on the dating scene, because I'm gonna tell you why. There are men out here looking for a meaningful relationship, and you in the damn way.
Wow.
Because you ain't healed.
Wow.
That's just being honest. You in the way.
Right.
You just like you talk about us, dude. You in the way.
Wow.
You ain't healed from that past, dude. Like I said, some of these women, the ex-boyfriend, the ex-husband still have access to them. But you want me to believe that this dude wasn't hitting on nothing. Exactly. He was a bad dude. Well, how is this dude still got access to you?
Wow.
Don't talk about no alcohol. Don't talk about no. It was at the club one star night, and I saw Bruce walking through, and he was so sexy to me. I just decided, no, baby, that man is still got the key to you. That's why I said the reason why a lot of these exes have access to y'all. You ain't took the key back.
Wow.
You ain't healed. Go ahead, y'all.
Go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead.
And it's like they don't see it.
Yeah.
It would be good to have a woman on here right now, Saul, because it's like they don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, out of the abundance of the heart, your mouth speaks.
Yeah.
Well, the heart doesn't mean that it's a romantic link, but that's the seat of your subconscious.
Yeah.
And the moment you make a reference
to
the brother, Rob, you just make a reference.
Yeah, that's it.
And here comes all of the dynamics, the emotions, the 20-minute vent.
Yeah.
But then they will swear to you that I'm over him.
Wow.
No, we're not talking about romance, sweetheart.
Right.
You may have got the romantic part paused.
Yeah.
But there's a deeper psychological connection that you have to pay attention to.
Good gracious. And that's true, because that psychological thing will render you neutralized, and you can't move. You'll physically be with Bruce, but Bruce can't get nothing out of you because you stuck in denial about where you really are in your heart. Yeah, you stuck in denial. Wow.
So if you come to me and I treat you like a queen, and you're loving the treatment, are you loving the treatment based on the fact that it's new, or based on the fact that so and so did not treat you that way?
Wow.
If that is on the if that is on the base, the bottom floor, sitting on the bottom floor of your mind, you are not ready.
That's it.
That means I am just somebody.
Yeah, that's it. And here's another thing. If you think about it like this, let's just say, Robert, you in a relationship, and you know that the relationship was deteriorating. You're not giving much. Let's just say you let that thing run all the way down to 10%, right? Where some women will get it confused is, here comes the other guy, and they're telling their friend, girl, Bruce is treating me like he is treating me so good. Technically, Bruce is only giving you 45. He's giving you regular. He's not even giving you queen treatment. But because Robert had you so low, you think a little bit shy of half tank is being treated like a queen. And that is the danger of sticking around too long and being treated wrong, because you no longer are able to identify what treated right look like. You lose your measurements and you start to thinking 45 is good, 30 is good because he's only giving me 10, when really you should be shooting for 65 and above. But when you're only getting 10, any little thing above that looks good. And that keeps you in that realm of the same cycle of relationships. And you'll get with this one guy and you'll get with him, and before long, he starts reminding you of Bruce, reminding you of Robert, same characteristics, because you have not reached past 50%. You still operating under half mass. That's the problem. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, Robert.
And what one of the problems I would say behind that is that, number one, dysfunction has become normal to you.
Yeah.
So even the guys are treating you exactly the same. But if one guy just do a little bit more, you think you in heaven. Right. You think you a queen. But in actuality, baby, everything that's being done to you is dysfunctional.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You said something, Charles?
I didn't say nothing. Go ahead. I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. We have to learn. We have to learn. One of the things that's what about healing. We have to.
Oh, he didn't. Robin, he's got a bad connection. He was talking about healing. Yeah, I mean, to kind of piggyback probably where he was going, I'm guessing he's going, is, at the end of the day, healing is the best resolve and the best position to start from. I'm gonna let Rob come at the best. All right, Robert, you left off on healing.
Yeah, I think it's just the thing. Let me do something. Go ahead, Bruce. Let me take care of this real quick.
Okay.
I've been really, for the past few days, so I've been thinking about these things because it's writing time, man. It's time for us to get these books out here, bro.
Right.
So I'm thinking about narcissism. Because narcissism is born from wounds. And you can't change a narcissistic person. You can't change them.
Right.
But those type of people are created from deep wounds.
Yes.
From childhood on up. Right. That will never be healed.
Right.
And that their psychological stance is a permanent one.
Wow.
But if that is the condition, especially with social media, it seems like that's becoming
the norm,
the condition of the times.
Yeah, the norm.
That everybody's wound, everyone's wound is causing narcissism.
Yeah, traumatic behavior. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at, gentlemen. I'm trying to study narcissism now. I will be for about a week, man, just to understand as much about it as I can.
Yeah.
But social media is a cesspool, a symposium of narcissism and look at me. I was just talking to Fine about this. Look at me, look at me, look at me.
Wow.
All of that has to tie into the manipulation of, if you're not saying good night to me,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I'll have somebody else do it. Yeah. It seems like all of it. I'm going there because it seems like all of it ties in. Right. It's like that's the consciousness that people are in these days, man.
Yeah. And everybody is so available. The problem is everyone is so available, and it's just like like right now, people are available on steroids because they're home. People are home, and so social media is flooded. So it looks like you're getting more attention than normal when it's just really people had nothing better to do. So they just surfing around. It doesn't mean the people are seeing you different or valuing you any different. It's just that we home, we can't go outside. So if we can't play outside, let's play online. That's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You good, Robert?
Yeah, I'm good. On my end, it sounds like a robot.
Oh, wow. Oh, he keeps going. All right, so let's see. Let me take a little bit of these comments. Devin Brown says narcissistic behavior is more common than people think. People have it and don't even realize they do.
Now, on my end, it was sounding like a robot, so I'm trying to refresh. How do I sound now?
You sound good. You sound straight now. Yeah.
Okay. It just kept kicking me out and this, that, and I'm trying. I guess that's what it was. What was the question?
We were still on the same one. We didn't switch over to the next one yet. We were still closing out the last question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I said before, one of the things we have to learn what the difference is between narcissism. When a person is in this society, like Bruce was saying, pretty much everybody is a narcissist now. It's all about me. Right. It's not about we. It's not about growth. It ain't about evolution. It's about me. Why?
Oh wow! This is the world of me. In short, in short, that's what it is nowadays. Everything. If you look, I was even looking like during the pandemic. Instead of people helping, people still trying to promote themselves. For look me, the world needs to, even at a time when the world needs to shift into another mode, helping someone else out, awareness, whatever, safety. We out here still, like you got people still getting full on dressed in their living room for selfies. Like this ain't even the time for that. Like who cares if you got your dress on and prom dress on when everybody supposed to be in the house and your hair done, you walk around marling in the living room. Nobody cares, but that's where we are today. We so absorbed. And it almost reminds me to think, like when I look on social media, it's almost like people, a spirit of fear has fell upon, and I'm only saying women, y'all. I'm not trying to talk about women because I'm a man. I'm going to talk about the women. But it's the fear has fell on some of these women, and it makes it look like they have to remind men doing all this. Don't forget about us now. Don't forget about me. It's like, I don't want to become irrelevant. So let me continue because now this world is standing still. Everybody's home. Everybody's posting pictures. Everybody's videoing this, that, and the other. So I know it's easy for you and easy for you men out here to overlook us. So let me constantly remind you of how cute I am, my shape, my cleavage, my hair, my eyelashes every day. And it's like, no, that's not what's getting a man's attention. That's the people feel the you may cause his loins to bat an eye, right? But you're not getting him. The man in him gonna say, look, Bruce gonna be like, yeah, I'm thick, all right. But that's about it. That's the long and short of it. It's not gonna be something that he's gonna be like, I really need this person in my life. No.
I have not seen, since we have been Facebook friends,
right? I
have not seen your page or Robert's page where there's a selfie in your Italian suit,
right?
Or your gaiters,
right?
Or you just flossing,
right?
I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that everybody's supposed to be that way,
right?
But you can tell the difference between those who want to serve,
right,
and those who want to be served.
Wow, wow, that's deep. That's real talk.
And it's huge, man. And it seemed like, especially amongst our people,
right.
I'm not on many other people's page, but it seems like that is becoming the norm.
Right.
And because of it, it seems like the love of many people is waxing cold.
Oh, absolutely.
Colder and colder.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sad reality, bro. It's really sad. But that's where we are today. We out here and it's like people are just kind of giving less, and it's like we're giving less. So when something is becoming cold, it's becoming iced over. And so that's why people are incapable of giving. They're giving less and less and less of themselves. And that's what's happening, It's really sad to be in that time. That's where we live in. Rob, we were talking about, when you left off, we were talking about how today Bruce was saying that those are the people that want to serve, and then there are some that want to be served, like people that are being narcissistic versus the ones that are just out here during this time, just trying to be, just trying to be wise and aware and help people out instead of being a part of that that self-serving community. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, I caught most of it.
Yeah.
I also caught what Bruce was saying. Ladies, we have to understand. Don't let society tell you that how you are chosen is through your eyelashes and the curves in your body. Of course, you have to be physically attracted to me.
Right.
But ladies gonna have to learn the reason why that you haven't, no one is really that man is that you dream of or you have in your mind is approaching you, is what you're presenting.
Right.
That's the reality. We ladies, you got to understand that. You know, the full body shots, that's nice, that's okay. But most men, when they see the full body shot, I just want to have that for a moment. We don't see your conversation. We don't see your character. Right. But a lot of women cannot understand. That is why those men are coming to you. Like I told you before, Charles and man, but like I told you, ladies, some of y'all are fluent in fuckboy.
Yeah. Right.
You know how to speak the language.
Right.
You know how to speak the language of the dude that's going to hurt you. Wow. You're going to have to learn a new language. Yeah. You're going to have a new conversation. Yeah. You're going to have new.
Oh, man. He had a bad spot, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got where he was trying to go. He was just basically he was saying, in other words, become fluent in another language. In other words.
Yeah.
Yeah, become fluent in another.
You got to speak another language, baby. You do. That's what a lot of ladies. What was the other question, Charles?
Oh, yeah, okay. Next one, last one. All right, y'all. So here's the next one. All right. Who takes care of who today? What are the new rules? What are the new expectations? Is he still bringing home the bacon, or has it already been cooked before he comes in? Basically, it's talking about, you know what it is, Bruce. It's so nowadays, everybody wants to kind of, they want you to be a real man here and a real woman here, but there are no lines drawn in the sand. It's just nowadays, you don't know what's what. Am I expected to do this or not? Are you looking at me to be that kind of traditional man to kick in what I know to do? Or am I lame for doing it? You know what I'm saying? Because nowadays things are extremely different. Mm-hmm. Yeah, extremely different.
I think that.
Well, the thing that I would go ahead, Bruce.
Go ahead, Bruce. I think Bruce got stuck. Robert, can you hear me? I think.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
What I was going to say was real quick, like this here. What has happened is that we are trying to change masculinity. At the end of the day, masculinity is what it is. It ain't nothing about masculinity needs to evolve. Masculinity has always been what it's been. Yeah. The job of the male is to protect, to provide, to guide, to teach. Yeah. That is my role. Okay. Now I can share that role with my partner if she's willing to be my side partner. Right. A lot of women out here now, you want to change masculinity, and what you really doing is you changing masculinity into femininity.
Ooh.
you trying to make the masculine side of things so emotional. We need to express our emotions. We need to do this. Men communicate one way.
Yeah.
Very direct and to the point.
That's it.
You're not going to get a lot of men that's going to give you a lot of emotional talk. Yeah. However we feel, we're going to tell you directly. Right. Once I'm married, once I get my woman, my job is to protect my home, and I'm not going to let anything come into my home that's not protected. And that might be from my woman that's bringing something into our home that is going to damage our home, baby. You got to leave that outside this house. Wow. You got to leave your supervisor mindset outside the house. You got to leave your boss and CEO mindset outside the house. Inside this house, there's feminine and masculine.
Yeah,
we have a conversation. But that's the problem that I see right now with gender. We talking about this gender war or gender switching of gender roles. Ladies, you need to understand the reason, especially with black women, you talk about you are struggling. One of the key reasons why you're struggling, you have disregarded masculinity and especially the black male.
Wow.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Hey, Rob just said it. I was gonna say that it's the rise of the he/she.
Wow. Yeah.
Like you said, bro. It's the rise of the feminine male.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, and the males are becoming more feminine in their expression.
Yeah.
And the females are becoming more masculine in their expression and in their expectations. You know, but they're gonna take on our stress. They're gonna start dying first, like black men.
Wow.
You know, they're gonna start dying of heart disease and all that because of they're gonna take on our stress.
Wow.
I can't let the brothers off the hook and say that we have not rightfully earned some of that. Some, not all.
Some.
Not all.
Yeah.
But some of that disdainment that comes from sisters.
Yeah.
But we are going to have to change, like Robert said, change the language.
Yeah.
How stuff used to be in our expressions with each other, we're going to have to redefine all that.
Yeah.
It's no longer about, especially in this country, in this corporation called the United States, it should be no longer about who makes the most money.
Yeah. Wow.
You make more money than me. I make more money than you. No.
Right.
I'm looking for that man that got the Mercedes and the 6-figure job. No, sis.
Right.
If that brother's working at Walmart, he can still cover your house.
Right.
And cover you. You take that little $300-$400 check a week and you make it work.
That's it.
Because you're gonna have that feminine and masculine representation in your house, in front of your children, in a healthy way.
Right.
But these desires for material things, we got to change that, especially with the way that the world is going now.
Yeah.
COVID-19 is just the beginning, y'all.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go off on that. So, I can go way over there, y'all. I don't want to go way over there.
Right.
But it's just the beginning, and the dynamics of life, as we know it, is shifting.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to sit with our significant others and have conversations. Like Robert said, sit down and have a conversation.
Yeah.
No, baby, I'm not making $120,000 a year. I ain't making $150,000 a year. But this is what I got. I need to discipline my behaviors financially.
Yeah.
For us to succeed together.
Yeah.
And not compete with each other. That's not our way. It's never been our way.
Wow. Man, what do you think, Robert?
Bruce hit it dead on the head. That's what it is. We what we're doing is women are trying to show I can do just as well as you doing. I can do it your way. I'm gonna prove to you. We need to stop that. That's not necessary. Why are we in competition?
Yeah.
Like I told someone today, look, the black female and the black male ain't getting bank loans.
Wow.
It ain't like you sisters getting a whole lot of bank loans. It ain't like they loaning y'all money to start businesses.
Right.
They ain't doing it for us. Wow. We got to learn how to team up and do something.
Yeah. Because
the reality is, baby, y'all got all the college degrees, you got the 6 figures, but you still have to have your empowerment events to lift y'all up again. But y'all got the 6 figures. You got the 4-year degrees. What's really going on?
Wow.
Your part of your struggle is you have your black male. Like Bruce said, we can't let us brothers off the hook. Yeah. We have accepted the narrative about our black woman. Our black woman don't support us. Our black woman doesn't love us. They not gonna be in our corner. And I'm gonna use something that Bruce said. Just like he said, that brother can be at Walmart. Yes, sister, you might make more money than that brother at Walmart, but through your encouragement, through your loyalty, through your support, you goes from whatever position. He goes to a supervisor. He goes to a manager. Hell, he might leave Walmart and start his own business just because you encouraged him. You cultivated what was in him at that level. Some women get mad at me. Baby, I can love a woman as long as if my woman can be a cashier at Walmart. Right. That's my baby as long as she in my corner.
Right.
And we growing up on the level. And if she said, hey, she wants to do this in her life, we're going to do what we can do to make her accomplish her vision and her goal for herself. That's what's wrong with a lot of women. You think because you have all of this, this makes you a catch. No, just like my character makes me a catch, your character makes you a catch.
Wow.
Go ahead, y'all.
That's Rob said my character makes me. That's real talk. I mean, and where we are today, like you said, both of y'all summed it up perfectly. This competition, and I believe one of the ladies said something. She said many women want to have a trump card to hold over a man, and and for the life of me, it's just like we're so backwards with that thinking. Because one minute if you catch a woman in the midst of her being unhappy or upset with you, the first thing you hear flying out of their mouth while they're in a relationship with you is, because you know what? I know that a real man exists to treat me a real kind of way and all of this kind of stuff. And it just kind of insinuates if you don't toe a certain line, you're deemed not a real man. You know what I'm saying? If you don't fall under control auspices, you're not a real man. And so at the end of the day, look, people just need to be able, like Bruce said earlier on, have those fair discussions. And if you walk away from the table saying, I really don't think, regardless of my feelings, I don't think this is probably going to work good for Bruce and I. Have that mature conversation, like Robert said, be able to have that flat out conversation and just say, it's not going to work out. And sometimes just having those mature conversations where you're able to make a decision and walk away are far better than the default departure of somebody being caught. You know what I'm saying? Because if people don't reach agreement verbally, they reach their own resolve set apart. They're going to reach their own resolve. They're going to go over here and fix it on their own with person C and D. That's what's going to happen. And so either you have the conversation or you deal with the residue of the explosion. One of the two is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Wow.
That's it. You got to.
Wow.
I mean, we got to stop doing in this life. What it is, like I said, we talked about it a lot of it. It's getting. We got to. Do you want relationships, people?
Wow.
Let's just be honest. Do you look? If you, as men and women, this is just not for our sisters. This is for all of us. Do you actually want a relationship? Yeah. We got to ask ourselves that. If not, go ahead and be solo. Have your friends with benefits. Do your thing. Do whatever you want to do.
Right.
But we got to ask ourselves, do we want to have relationships? Do we want to have friendships? Do we want to date? Do we want to court? Do we want to get engaged? Do we want to be committed? Do we want marriage? We have to ask ourselves that, because a lot of this, what we're doing, is unnecessary. We're too old for this. We constantly doing the same thing. We constantly complain about men. We constantly complain about women. Change the narrative.
Wow.
But see, if you change the narrative, you don't have nothing to complain about. You don't have an excuse, and you don't have a crutch. See, that's what that is. See, we keep talking about men ain't nothing. Men ain't hitting on nothing. Men need to evolve. Men need to grow.
Wow.
Baby, there are men out here evolving, growing, doing everything that you talk about. But you know why? You do not speak their language.
Wow.
And for you, it's better for you to stay in that complaint. Because like I told you, in most relationship and marriage, a part of you must die. That's compromise. Parts of you in relationships, if it's going to be committed, must die.
That's it. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So until we get that in our mind, we're gonna keep having these conversations. We're gonna get those. Well, should I get the good night? What about that good night thing? I don't really want it, but it comes every night. Well, stop turning over to the phone, looking at it, and smiling when you see the good night. Be honest.
Or block it.
Stop being honest.
Or block it. You don't have to take it. We got all kinds of technology.
Yeah, or block it.
If it's really honestly, it's something that's unwarranted. And if it makes you feel some kind of way, like somebody's trying to play on your weakness, block it. But if you allow it, you are not being honest with what it is feeding you with. If you allow it, you gotta be straight. Here's the other part about it. We have to understand that imperfection has no right to be critical of perfection. And I'm saying that to say we got people out here nowadays that will come out here and they are coming into relationships and they are expecting perfection out of the man. I mean, it's like, forget about you not being a perfect person. And you know, look, if we've been on this earth almost 50 years, you know, we got flaws. We know we got issues. You know, we got a past, whether it be ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, whatever. We done made some bad decisions. We, you know, some of us might be spiritual, some may not. Some may be left wing, whatever. You come with a whole lot of stuff. Children, no children, depends. So when you come into a situation like that, it's less about being critical of someone. And it's like, it's amazing how some of these women will come into the situation and they're expecting you, hold on, Robert's thing, they're expecting you to come in and you're supposed to, I heard, Bruce, that you're supposed to be like this. I'm disappointed because you're not coming out of the box as the instructions suggest. Forget about the imperfect side. I want you to be a perfect man. And that's unrealistic. The whole point of relationship is relating enough to understand one another, to accept who we are openly and build on top of that. Not to come to someone and be like, oh, you're not going to be perfect. Well, you're not going to be perfect and blah, blah, blah. No, you don't want that.
There's a measure, a component, a portion, a module, however you want to call it, in the relationship that's meant for healing.
Right.
We are supposed to heal one another.
Right.
The way that happens is that we approach the relationship as it goes on with more and more vulnerability. Where you're unmasking yourself. Yeah. And you keeping it 100. For the fellas, for the brothers, we show her Clark Kent. Yeah. From the door. She already see him anyway. Right. You know, but she's so confused and she's so stuck in her desire for perfection that she don't even take that look at Clark Kent. She stayed focused on Superman. Yeah. So when Clark Kent fully manifests itself, she just loses it. Yeah. She don't know how to respond and minister to Clark Kent. Yeah. So these things that we are calling relationships are not relationships. Yeah. They are sexual moments. Yes. Yeah. They are moments of pleasure, movies, theater, plays, and all that. Wow. Relationships are supposed to be wonderful and joyous, of course, but they're intended to bring healing to the deep parts of us where we are wounded.
And you know, here's the other crazy part, Bruce. You know, when people are like saying, oh, Bruce, I feel like I can't reach you. You like you saying you're Superman, you're Batman all the time. I don't know who you are. I can't connect, because that is a sign that someone is expecting Batman-like heroics. They're expecting perfection. And where women miss it is this. If you want to connect with a man that you fear is unavailable emotionally, then you stop looking for the perfection and you connect to him through his weakness. When you catch him at his point of weakness, you can grow out of it with him. Yes. Catch him at his point of weakness and you grow out of it. Don't put the pressure on him to make him feel like every time he sees you, he said, wait a minute, you at my door? Let me go grab my cape and my mask. I can't see you without it. Let him get to a comfortable place with you that he knows he doesn't always have to show up when he's with you. Yeah. He can be Clark Kent and be with you. And that's where you connect to the unavailable, through Clark Kent. You can't connect, you can't overlook Clark Kent to get to Superman. It's not going to happen. You're going to chase the Superman. You just dreaming. You dreaming, and you just, like Bruce said, you in the moment. You catching moments, and you just having sex here, a little connection there, and that's what you're doing. But you're not going to connect to Superman without bonding first with Clark Kent. What's up, Robert? How much is it, Robert? Was you hearing us?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah. I heard you. Yeah. So, and it's the truth. Until you get to know the inner man, you'll never see Superman. Correct. Until I know that to the weaker side of me knows that I can trust you, you will never see Superman.
Correct.
You will never see Superman until the weaker side of me, my emotions, my secrets, those things that I'm vulnerable to. You ain't gonna never see Superman.
Yeah.
If anything, all you're gonna see is Clark Kent talking about, well, I really don't, I don't know, I don't. That's what you're gonna see, because I don't trust you enough to bring Superman into your vision.
Yeah.
I don't see you in that way. And a lot of times you got to learn, like it's been said 1,000 times. Men have two things in them: a fool and a king.
Wow.
Most of you women know how to talk to the fool.
Wow.
You know how to bring the fool up, but you don't know how to talk to the king.
Wow.
You don't know how to hold a conversation with a king.
Yeah.
You know how to hold a conversation with a fool.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So until you get that mindset, ain't nothing gonna change, man. You right on that. Now, if you don't see Clark Kent, you ain't gonna never see Superman. Go ahead, Bruce.
And to back up on that really quick, if you think about it like this, and what cements what you're saying, Robert and Bruce, the same thing is this: what you show me a man that won't have a woman that's with him while let's just say he is, he's maimed to a degree that he's stricken to a cane for 6 months, Bruce. And if he feels he's already insecure because he's not feeling his strong Batman-like self, right? And he's saying, I'm strong, but I think she see a little bit of weakness in me. So any man would love for a woman to endure with him while he has his limp, because he's constantly in his mind, he can't wait to drop the cane and become Superman for her. He wants to listen, I'm gonna show you, if you hang on me while I got this cane, I'm gonna show you that I can run real fast when I heal. And so you gotta be there with him during that formidable stage so that he's comfortable showing you his superpowers. But he's not gonna show them to you just off break. The only superpower you're gonna see off the front is the four walls of the bedroom. That's it. You're not gonna really see the superpower. He only gonna show you that room, and then that's the only theatrics you're gonna get, Bruce. And then after that, he gonna close right back on up and go to being his unavailable self. That's it. Wow.
And why they consider sex with that brother as him opening up is beyond me.
Okay.
Sex is not me opening up.
Here we go.
Sex is just that. It's just that.
Okay. And I'm sorry. Wait, Bruce. I'm reading comments. Go ahead.
If I perform like Batman in the bedroom,
yes,
that's for the bedroom. That is not me opening up.
Wow.
That's it.
I really want to say the real words, don't you?
Go ahead. Give it to him straight.
If I'm putting it down, if I am not vulnerable with you, making love to you openly and vulnerably, where we both might shed a tear.
Right.
Gosh, man.
Wow.
If we slow it down to that point where you melt this tough black exterior,
you're doing something.
50 years of America's hardness on this black man.
Yeah.
If you can melt that thing, girl,
you
know what I'm saying? Then you on to something.
Yeah, you on to something.
But until you can melt that thing, let's base our relationship on how we communicate overall. How we connect overall. Work on looking past my masks. I have masks that I'm unaware of. At 51 years old, I thought I got rid of most of them, but no, there's some still there.
Wow.
And the older we get as men, we want these masks off.
Yeah.
We've been carrying them around for 50 years, man. We want them off.
Yeah, that's it.
But we've done so much while they were on that it's kind of stuck now, sister. We need your help.
Yeah. Wow, we need your help.
Yeah, we need your help to break through it.
Yeah, to remove it. That's good stuff, man. That's powerful. Wow. I mean,
just like Bruce was saying about the bedroom. Understand something, ladies. Most men ain't giving you their best in the bedroom.
Absolutely.
Because it's a physical act. Yeah. I'm just doing something to satisfy me. I'm not doing anything to satisfy you.
Wow.
It's not about satisfying you, it's about satisfying me. Why? Because I'm not open to you.
Wow.
I'm just doing a physical act. To you ladies, sex is an emotional thing. To us men, it's a physical act. It has no emotion behind it until we open up, until we become vulnerable. That's when that sex means to us. That's when you get that mind-blowing performance in the bedroom. Because like Bruce said, once that man opens up, this woman loves me, she supports, he trusts this woman, he's gonna do everything in his power to make your toes curl in that bedroom. But until then, the reason why the bedroom is messed up is because that man don't trust you.
Absolutely.
That man don't care nothing about you. You just doing a physical act.
Wow.
And sometimes y'all just gotta accept it.
Wow. Man, and listen, here's I saw somebody comment. Somebody was to your comment, Bruce. Someone said you have to present yourself as the king, not a cheater repeatedly. I guess that's like a condition. Like basically, the condition is, basically if you're not acting foolish or whatever, Bruce, then I can call you a king. Well, here's a ugly, ugly truth. Now I don't mean it as disrespect to nobody, but it is the truth. There is a fine line when it comes to reaching resolve through infidelity. And that fine line is this. There's one element of loyalty, extreme loyalty, and there's another element of food. And the difference is, the two is this. When you have been in this situation long enough to discover that someone is a prolific cheater, it means one of two things. You're in denial as to how committed and loyal you are to the person, or you are foolish. So for one of the two, you cannot punish the man for the reality that has been unveiled to you. You know what I'm saying? You, feelings or not, you have experienced the fact that this person has cheated. Either way, one point blank. I mean, and so at that point, you have to confront the person and just say, "Listen, Robert, listen, you really cut me real bad with that. Give Robert a chance to talk." And I know it's always the narrative. Y'all just dogs anyway. You're cheating, whatever. But I can guarantee you, sometimes not all men that cheat are cheating for recreational reasons. Some men cheat out of different deficits that they feel is unattended to. And just like the woman cheat when she feels like the man is building a reproach against her womanhood and who she feels as though she's looking for that validation. It works the opposite way around. When the man is if he's not receiving what he know is due him by way of his woman, sometimes people justify it, call it selfish or whatever, but they justify it in a way to say, "Look, I'm going to go because I need to do this for me." It's an ugly truth, but that's just what it is, Man.
Yeah.
And I know
it's not all of us.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, I know we all ain't cheaters, baby. That's another thing we got. See, a lot of us men are entering into these relationships with two strikes. Because see what Steve did. A lot of us kings are entering relationships with two strikes.
Wow.
We automatically thought of as the cheater. We automatically thought of being disloyal. So all we got to do is do one unnecessary. That goes back to what we was talking about, y'all.
Yeah.
Do one unnecessary. Do one mistake. Make a boo boo. Not nothing serious. Just cause a problem. Yeah. They breaking camp. Because why? You already came in a relationship with two strikes.
Wow.
You're a constant cheater. You're a constant cheater. Baby, the reason why men have constantly cheated on you, you need to raise your standard. You're not going to put Steve bag on my shoulder.
Wow.
I'm going to tell you as a man, I'm tired of entering relationships with people and they hand me the bag of Steve or Tom or somebody else. Put that bag at that man's feet. Give me my ability. Give me my 3 strikes.
Wow.
Give me 3 strikes. Let me mess up on my own. Don't let my mess up be because of the man that you were prior with.
Wow.
Most of us men are in these relationships with 2 strikes against us.
Right.
And that's just being flat foot honest with you about it.
Man.
Go ahead, Bruce.
That's real talk. Go ahead, Bruce.
My response
I'm just bad.
My response is, where is her discernment?
Wow.
So if I'm presenting myself, not me personally, but if I was presenting myself as a cheater and I still got you, where's your discernment?
Wow.
I'll pause that right there.
Wow. Wow.
That's it.
That's one of the things we don't like to do, Bruce. We don't like to self-reflect and face the truth for what it is.
Yeah.
We rather put our foggy glasses on and say, hey, I think it kind of looks like that maybe. I can live with that, but not that over there. That's too much truth for me. I can live with this, and that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
Yep.
Man. Y'all.
Yeah, that's how it is, ladies. I mean,
I'm gonna say this in closing, brothers.
okay.
2 magnets that attract to each other. Obviously, within each magnet, it has the same ingredients, the same properties, the same atoms that cause it to attract.
Okay.
It's the same with 2 people. If I get you, girl, obviously, if the chemistry is there, then it's something within me and my soul and something within your soul that is causing us to connect.
Wow.
Hopefully, that will be those things that's causing us to connect will be an object of light, a spiritual thing.
Positive. Yeah.
But more than likely,
it's not.
It's more than likely it's past wounds that we both share that none of us are openly telling each other that's causing us to attract. And we are building these codependent relationships.
Yeah. Wow.
Not relationships where there's freedom, man.
Yeah.
Where there's freedom. And we're just openly attacking life and loving each other and enjoying life. Yeah. No, we're building these codependent relationships where we have sex and then they attack each other's personhood and character for the next few days. Then we have sex again, and then we're back to attacking each other's character once the honeymoon stage is over.
Good. And that's as realistic as that happens. You're right. You have the exchange, and then you have the insults. The exchange, the insults, and it's a dysfunctional cycle. And Robert said it. I mean, I've been thinking about it since he said it. When he talked about most of us, if we're honest, we come into the game with 2 strikes. Really, I mean, that's what we come into it, and the patience is very low for us to perform. We have a short window of an audition, or we're gonna get kicked off the tour. Period. Short window to audition because I already 2 or 3 men ago have already killed it for you. So you got one time, you have this 30 second, give me your 30-second pitch, or you about to get kicked off the tour. And that's just what it is. Yeah, this dismissive stuff is real, man. This is very real. Yeah.
The last thing that I would say, I go on what Bruce said. My thing is, the very first thing, ladies, you're going to have to understand, men want respect more than anything on this planet. We want respect. And the first thing that you're going to have to understand is this. If you want those better relationships, you're going to have to start paying attention to what comes out the man's mouth. Right. If the man is talking about part-time work, if the man is talking about half this, half that, and you know that's not what it is, baby, stop holding the conversation.
Right.
A lot of y'all thinking that y'all can get with these men and your love and your caring, what really is your mothering. Wow. You think you can raise this man into a man. Wow. So you take on the mother role. Oh, I see a damage. Come here, baby. Let me pet you up. Let me kiss your boo-boo.
Wow.
Think about how you interact with these men. You don't interact as women. You interact as mothers.
Right.
You always trying to show up his insecurities. You trying to always do. No, that's where he does the work. Y'all need to stop playing mother to these men out here.
Wow.
And the reason why men are doing what they're doing is because they know, look, an unemployed dude can have 5 and 6 kids. How is that happening? 30, 40, and even in the 50 years old. How is that happening?
Wow.
How is it an alcoholic that I know, they say functioning alcoholic, how has he got 6 and 7 kids? You know, how's a dude that plays Xbox and PlayStation and smoke blunts all day in front of a 60-inch or a 72-inch TV? How's he got a newborn?
Good.
I mean, these are the questions. I'm coming, like I said, that's how I coach. I'm coming directly for your throat.
Yeah.
You this grain and the sun behind you and the music playing behind you. I don't do that. I'm asking you the direct question. Ladies, answer that. How has that happened? And stop saying that ain't me. That is you, some of y'all.
Wow.
Stop playing the role. Sometimes look in the mirror and see who you are. Wow. You know you've been that girl. Change the thinking up here.
Yeah.
To do better.
Yeah.
Change the thinking up here.
Wow.
I'm through.
That's wrong, man. Y'all look, y'all threw some heavy. Y'all done baptized them by fire today, man. Good stuff, y'all. Hey, as usual, I appreciate y'all giving your time, man, to do this and continue to share this love and this wealth of knowledge that y'all do, man. I appreciate that. And thanks for the audience. Thanks for y'all tuning in and listening. We appreciate the support. And as usual, let's continue to heal the world one heart at a time. All of these brothers and all that they're doing, they are healing the world one heart at a time. Appreciate y'all. And I'll be in touch, fellas. And y'all, we'll see y'all soon. Take care, everybody. All right.
Brothers.